Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today on another video. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the iPhone X and the 7 things I love about this phone. So I've been using the iPhone X as my daily driver for about 3 weeks now, ever since it came out. And I've been very happy with it, and I think there's some stuff that I need to highlight as the things I love about this phone. So a quick explanation on this format. I've been doing this format for a while now, and the way it works is that I make a video dedicated to things I love and things I hate. So it helps you guys decide and compare between the pros and cons of the phone. Now, I don't do this because I love a phone or I hate a phone. I actually just do it to highlight the pros and cons, and I'm not being biased towards any device and just hating on it or giving it unnecessary praise. So be sure to check out the other video I'll link right up here. My goal here is to help you guys make an informed decision when you spend hundreds of dollars on these new devices and you plan on keeping them for a long time. So let's get right into it. Number one, this is pretty obvious, but I love this beautiful big OLED display. I've been a big fan of OLED and AMOLED for a really long time, and my first phone with the AMOLED display was about a year ago with the OnePlus 3T, and I fell in love with that. Just the deep blacks and everything just looks so good. And then my next one was the S8, and by that point I knew that the next iPhone had to have OLED for me to even consider it to be a decent phone, because OLED has just become a standard on almost every flagship out there. Even mid-range phones have OLED panels now, and to be honest, there's a very good reason, because they look so good and they're a lot more energy saving because they get to light up individual pixels. The display on this is excellent, and overall I just love the experience of it. Number two, this is something that's shared in common with the iPhone 8 Plus, and that is the True Tone display feature. I just love how the True Tone sensors make the phone so much more usable and just honestly pleasant. That's the best way to describe the True Tone feature. It just makes sure that the device is at that perfect color temperature to make sure it suits the environment and the lighting conditions you're in. And honestly, because of having True Tone, I've shut off night shift that I used to use before, because it automatically recognizes when I'm in a darker room and it starts to make things warmer and just a lot more pleasant, which is perfect for me. Number three, the stainless steel chassis. So you guys probably can't tell from this video, but I'll include some clips here where you guys can see how beautiful this stainless steel band is. It just looks so good, especially on the space gray. I went and compared the silver one as well, and the space gray just looks so much better. That black, the grayish black finish, it just looks excellent, and honestly, it brings in the phone together so much more. And I hate putting a case on this phone because it hides this beautiful band, but you know, you got to protect what you got to protect. So it's very interesting that Apple has made this really cool design choice with the stainless steel, and it's obviously warranted because you paid the extra money over the 8 Plus to get this phone. Number four, I love the home screen of the iPhone X, and I know I complained a little bit about it in the other video, but let me tell you why I love this. So one, I love the tap to wake feature. So just tap the phone and it wakes up. Just tap it, it wakes up. It's very useful, especially now that we don't have the home button that essentially did that tap to wake feature for us before, but now just having this is so much easier. You don't have to mess around with the power button to get the phone lit up, and you can quickly just check notifications while you're on a desk. Just tap the screen, it turns on, and you can see all your notifications and everything. And the other part I love about this home screen has to be these button-style camera and flashlight toggles that just let you quickly toggle on the flashlight, toggle off the flashlight, or just get into the camera app like that. These are very cool shortcuts, and I wish they were programmable, because the flashlight is very useful to me, but the camera app, not so much. I don't use the camera that often that it justifies having a dedicated switch on my home screen. I'd rather have something I use more, like maybe the music app or something similar along those lines. I wish that at some point in the future these do get programmable so that we can customize this and really utilize the efficiency that this phone gives us with these buttons. Number five, the size of the iPhone X. So the size of the iPhone X comes in right between the 8 and the 8 Plus, which is the 4.7 and 5.5 inch version of the iPhone. So this has a bigger screen, but it is a lot more compact than the 5.5 inch one, and it's actually a lot closer to the iPhone 8 than it is to the 8 Plus, and that's because they've made the phone thinner and taller. Instead of having it be wide as the iPhone 8 Plus is, they've made it thinner so it's easier to hold in the hand. And overall, the size is very comfortable, and I'm liking this size. However, I'm sure that I'd probably end up getting a Plus version if there was something like that, because I just love bigger phones. Number six is something that's very underrated and probably not even mentioned too much, is the dual OIS sensors on both of these cameras. So I don't use my camera to take photos a lot, but I do take a lot of videos, mostly because of this channel. I take a lot of videos of random stuff, and having that flexibility of optical stabilization on both the lenses is just priceless, and it really improves video quality. I did another video where I compared the secondary lens on the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 10 to see if it was shaky or not, and definitely the 10 is a lot smoother and it just looks so much better. And it even improves with the low light conditions because you have that additional stabilization to work with. Number 7, now this was a feature that I was very annoyed by, and it was very clear that I hated it in the other video, but the technology behind it is something I love. So number 7 is Face ID. Now, not just Face ID, but the entire True Depth system and just the way that Apple has gone about inventing this new sort of authentication system. So unlike other facial recognition softwares, what this does is instead of just reading the shape of your face, it actually makes a 3D layout and it verifies it using a dot projector that projects 1,000 infrared dots, or like thousands of dots across your face, to analyze the shape, not just in 2D, but in 3D as well. So it works really well in most cases, but in a lot of cases it doesn't. There's a lot of limitations to it, and obviously people who look like each other are able to fool Face ID. Now, one more thing that does come of True Depth is this animojis. Now, while they may look like a gimmick, there is a reason to why, though. That's just a display of the technology. It lets you harness and understand how this True Depth technology can be further utilized in the future, and maybe we'll see a lot more innovations with this as time goes on. But for right now, you can see the basic concept working on both the Animojis and in the Snapchat app, where it does track you using these True Depth sensors. So overall, those features are really cool to have. I just wish that they do get better over time, and they're not as much of a hassle as they are right now. So those are the 7 things I love about the iPhone 10. The phone is very cool, and I've had a lot of fun using it in the past couple of weeks. And it's just been very cool to compare it to the iPhone 8 Plus and just to see what this phone offers over the 8 Plus. And I think that there are a lot of cool things. However, if you did see my other video where I did mention that I don't feel like it provides enough value to validate the price jump that it has, and I still stand by that in this video. So unless you really love the shape and the design of the iPhone 10, or if you really want that OLED display, I think that the iPhone 8 Plus is still the better deal and the better buy. That's a wrap for this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I have a lot more coming. You don't want to miss out. Be sure to follow me on social media. I update all the behind the scenes stuff and just random day-to-day stuff that I'm doing on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All the links are down below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.